Let me share a truth that many prefer to overlook. If you aspire to transform your life, you must stop pretending that you can achieve it alone. The reality is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And here's a straightforward fact. If you're not reaching your desired level of success, it's likely because of the company you keep. If your friends aren't encouraging you to advance, if your circle isn't challenging you, you're simply wasting your time. Believing you can rise above your environment? Think again. You are becoming exactly like the people you surround yourself with. They either lift you up or pull you down. So, take a serious look at who is currently in your life and ask yourself, are they helping you move closer to your goals, or are they keeping you stuck where you are? This is the harsh reality you can no longer ignore. Most people want to change their lives, but fail to recognize the silent saboteurs in their immediate surroundings. These are not always overtly negative individuals. Sometimes they are simply complacent or indifferent to your aspirations. The people you choose to associate with play a pivotal role in shaping your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. If your circle lacks ambition, if they are content with mediocrity, your own potential is stunted. This isn't just a philosophical notion, it's a tangible reality, backed by psychological research and real-world examples. Consider the case of John, a talented young professional with dreams of entrepreneurship. Despite his clear vision and relentless drive, John found himself repeatedly thwarted by his closest friends, who dismissed his ideas as unrealistic. Their lack of support eroded his confidence, making him doubt his own capabilities. It wasn't until John surrounded himself with like-minded individuals who shared his passion for innovation that he was able to break free from the cycle of self-doubt and finally launch his successful startup. John's story illustrates how critical your social environment is in either propelling you forward or holding you back. Now let's delve into why it's crucial to be selective about who you allow into your life. Decide what you truly want. Pay close attention. What do you genuinely desire in life? I'm not referring to vague dreams or fleeting fantasies. I'm talking about your true aspirations. Not what your friends believe you should want, not what your parents expect, but what you, deep down, truly want. Most people never make a real decision. They think about it, fantasize, daydream, but never commit. They don't sit down and declare, this is it. This is what I want, and I'm going for it. And here's the consequence. If you don't make that decision, life will make it for you. You'll drift through life like a ship without a rudder, carried wherever the wind takes you. And when that happens, you'll end up nowhere. Is that what you want? To wake up one day and realize you've wasted years, maybe your entire life, because you never decided what you truly wanted? Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that despite all your efforts, you've achieved nothing of significance. The realization hits hard because it wasn't for lack of trying. It was for lack of direction. Without clear goals, your actions lack purpose, and your days blend into one another without any meaningful progress. This is why clarity in your desires is non-negotiable. You need to define what success looks like for you personally, not based on external expectations, but on your internal compass. From my own experience, I can tell you how easy it is to get stuck. At 25, I was broke, had nothing to my name, and worst of all, I didn't even know what I wanted. I was merely going through the motions, getting by without any real progress. Life was happening to me instead of me shaping my own destiny. But everything changed when I finally made a decision. I sat down and wrote out my goals. This wasn't some superficial, I want to be rich nonsense. I became clear about what I wanted. A specific financial goal, the desire to travel the world, and the ambition to be a person of influence who could teach and inspire others. That's when things began to shift. Why? Because I made a decision. I marked my goals clearly and declared, this is my objective. This is where I'm headed. So let me ask you again, what do you truly want? Not what sounds appealing, but what resides in your heart. Decide today. If you don't, you'll remain stagnant, continuously tossed around by life circumstances. But when you make a decision, it's like igniting a fire. You gain energy, focus, and momentum. However, Here's the catch. Making a decision is just the beginning. Don't assume the world will hand you success once you've made up your mind. That's not how it works. You still need to work hard, hustle, and show up every day. But with a clear decision, everything starts to align. Your mind, your actions, your energy, all synchronizing with your goals. Here's my challenge to you. Take some time today. Sit down and decide. Write it down. Be specific. Don't settle for vague ideas. Get serious about your goals and commit to them. When you do, you'll witness the magic unfold. Decide, and life will begin to change. You'll start to change. But if you don't make a decision and continue drifting, wondering what you could have or should have done, you'll wake up one day regretting the time you wasted. You don't have that kind of time. You only have right now. So decide. The power is in your hands. Decide what you want, and then take action. That's the first step toward achieving everything you desire in life. Take massive action. Nothing happens until you take action. You can dream all day, plan all day, but nothing changes until you move. And let me tell you, most people never move. They get excited at the beginning, full of energy, big plans, big dreams, but then the excitement fades. They take a few steps, maybe don't see immediate results, and what happens? They stop. They quit. They think maybe it's not meant to be. But that's the difference between those who win and those who lose. It's not about who has the best plan. It's about who takes massive action. It's about who shows up day in and day out, no matter how they feel or how many obstacles are in their way. When I started, I was broke. I had no money. But you know what I did? I didn't sit around waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect condition. I took action. Even when it was hard, even when people said it wouldn't work, I just kept going. I started knocking on doors, making phone calls, facing rejection after rejection. But I didn't care because every no brought me one step closer to the yes I needed. Most people stop too soon. They quit when they don't see immediate results, thinking maybe it's not for them. But the magic happens after you push through those rejections, after you stay in the game long enough to build momentum. Massive action is like pushing a snowball down a hill. At first it's hard and takes effort. It's small, and you don't see much change. But the more you push, the bigger it gets. Before you know it, that snowball is rolling downhill, gathering speed, getting stronger, bigger, more powerful. So what are you waiting for? You can't just sit around hoping things will get better. You need to get out there and take action. Massive, consistent action. It's not going to be quick, but it will pay off. Most people fail not because they lack talent or potential, but because they don't take enough action. They don't push hard enough. They don't stay in the game long enough. If you want results, you've got to get to work. Do whatever it takes and keep doing it, even when it's tough. Don't sit there waiting for the right time because there's no such thing as the perfect moment. The time is now. So take action. The world won't come to you. You've got to go out and make things happen. Massive action every day. That's how you win. Change your environment. Surround yourself with the right people. If you're spending your days with losers, people who lack ambition, who tell you to just get by and not to reach too high, listen, you become like the people you spend your time with. If you're around people who don't care, who don't have dreams, who don't want to improve, you'll end up like them. You can't change your life if you stay in the same environment that's keeping you stuck. When I was struggling, I was surrounded by people who didn't have big dreams. They were good people, but they didn't push me to be better. And guess what happened? I was stuck, thinking small because that's what they thought. But when I decided to surround myself with ambitious people who had a vision and were striving for greatness, everything changed. My mindset shifted. I started to think bigger, act bigger, and work harder. That's when I started seeing results. You need to be intentional about the people in your life. Your friends, family, colleagues, they can either help you or hinder you. If you're around people who constantly tell you it's too hard, that you can't do it, or that it's not worth it, you'll start believing it. You need to surround yourself with people who tell you that you can, who see the possibilities in you, and who believe in your potential. This isn't easy. Sometimes you have to distance yourself from people you've known for a long time, not because you don't care about them, but because you're trying to level up. You need to find new people who are hungry for success, just like you. It's uncomfortable at first, but it's necessary. You can't afford to stay in an environment that keeps pulling you down. You need to find people who challenge you to grow, elevate your thinking, and won't let you settle for less than you deserve. Look around you. Are the people in your life pushing you toward your goals or holding you back? Are they feeding your ambition or feeding your excuses? If they're holding you back, it's time for a change. Take a moment to think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they feeding your ambition or feeding your excuses? You need to make a choice, and you need to make it now. Your future depends on the people you choose to surround yourself with. Remember, you can't hang out with mediocre people and expect to become extraordinary. It doesn't work that way. So make a decision today. Surround yourself with greatness and watch how your life starts to change. Discipline is the key to success. Don't try to skip it or avoid it. You need discipline in your life if you ever want to get anywhere. It's so easy to make excuses. I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired today. It's not the right time. But let me tell you, tomorrow never comes, and the right time doesn't exist. What you have today is all that matters. If you're not disciplined enough to take action today, you'll never get anywhere. That's the hard truth. Success isn't about luck. It's about doing the work. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's hard. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The ones who have discipline versus the ones who just talk about it. Plenty of people are talkers. They have big dreams, big plans, big ideas, but they never take action. Why? Because they lack discipline. They push through tough times, but they quit when things get hard. The successful ones push through. They wake up early when they'd rather sleep in, do the work when they'd rather relax, and keep going when they want to give up. Why? Because discipline drives them. I'll be honest, discipline is hard at first. It's like trying to break a bad habit. It takes effort, consistency, and yes, sacrifice. But once you develop that discipline, it becomes second nature. It becomes part of who you are. That's when success starts to follow. You can't expect to succeed if you're not willing to work for it. No one else is going to do it for you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss. Only you have the power to change your life. But it takes discipline. Here's the secret. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. So every time you feel resistance, every time you feel like giving up, remember this. Every day you stay disciplined is one day closer to your success. Discipline isn't just about your career or your business. It's about your life. It's about showing up for your health, your relationships, your finances, and your personal growth. Your life demands discipline. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Ask yourself, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to put in the work day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it? Because if you're not, I can guarantee you this. Success will never come. The question isn't whether you can do it. It's whether you're willing to do it. Are you willing to get up every day, stick to your plan, and do the work? Discipline is the answer. Develop it and nothing can stop you from achieving greatness. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let that sink in. You're not just the sum of your thoughts, you're the sum of the people you associate with. If you're hanging around losers, guess what? You're going to become a loser. If you're spending your time with successful, positive, driven people, you'll become successful too. It's that simple. I know some of you are thinking, Jim, you don't understand. I don't have a choice. These are my friends, my family, my coworkers. Well, let me tell you this. You have a choice. You may not be able to pick your family, but you sure as heck can pick your friends. You may not choose who you work with, but you can choose who you spend your time with outside of work. And here's the truth. If the people around you aren't pushing you to be better, you need to find new people. Let me give you an example. If you hang out with a group of people who are always talking about how bad things are, how nothing is going right, how life is unfair, what do you think is going to happen to your mindset? You're going to start thinking like them. You'll fall into the trap of negativity and complaining. But if you surround yourself with people who are motivated, making things happen, and have big goals and dreams, guess what? You'll start thinking that way too. Here's the hard truth. You cannot afford to be around people who are dragging you down. You cannot afford to waste your time with people who are content with mediocrity. If you want to achieve anything, you need to be around those who are constantly striving for greatness. Take a good hard look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? Because I'll tell you this, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So it's time to make a choice. The people you spend your time with will either make you or break you. It's that simple. The more time you spend with people who are going places, the more likely you are to get there yourself. The more time you spend with people who are stuck in their ways, the more you'll stay stuck. I'm not telling you to dump everyone in your life, but you need to be more selective. If you have people who are positive influences, keep them close. If you have people who are dragging you down, cut them loose. It's going to be uncomfortable. You'll feel bad for a little while. But if you want to go to the next level in life, you've got to surround yourself with people who are on that level. Your future depends on it. You want to win? Start by changing who you're hanging out with. Remember, it's not just about who you are, it's about who you choose to be around. Make those choices. The rest of your life depends on it.